Hello, I'm Lara Kulcharsan and this is Newsfeed, your dose of what people are talking about online. Top executives from Google, Apple, and Meta took the hot seat this week, facing tough questions from the US Senate Intelligence Committee. The focus? Their efforts to tackle foreign interference in the upcoming November elections. Lawmakers pressed the tech giants to step up their defenses. The message was clear. Foreign actors are actively funding disinformation campaigns aimed at swaying US politics, and more robust safeguards are urgently needed to protect the democratic process.
We've seen a variety of malicious activity, including cyber attacks, efforts to compromise personal email accounts of high-profile political actors, and influence operations both on and off our platforms. We are seeing some foreign state actors experimenting with generative AI to improve existing cyber attacks, like probing for vulnerabilities or creating spear phishing emails. Similarly, we see generative AI being used to more efficiently create fake websites, misleading news articles, and robotic social media posts.
The hearing comes 2 weeks after the Biden administration took action against Kremlin-affiliated websites and charged 2 Russian state media employees. In early September, US authorities alleged that employees of the Russian network RT had financially supported Tenet Media, which is a right-wing influencer group. Additionally, the Department of Justice disclosed that the FBI had seized 32 internet domains, which had been designed to resemble well-known news brands like CNN and Fox News. The operation, known as Doubleganger, is said to have used influencers, paid ads, and even artificial intelligence to create fake accounts that mimicked US citizens.
I'm not sure any American, even a technology-savvy American, is going to figure out that these are fake.
Well, here's an example. In early September, a claim surfaced on social media about Kamala Harris allegedly being involved in a hit-and-run in San Francisco in 2011. Microsoft research has suggested that this was part of an operation they have linked to a group called Storm 1516, which they describe as a Russian-aligned entity. The researchers claim that the group produced a video, hired an actor to portray the alleged victim, and spread the story via a fabricated news site called KBSF-TV. According to Microsoft, this group is known for creating videos with actors portraying whistleblowers or journalists, presenting controversial stories that they believe are part of a larger disinformation effort. Now, turning back to the hearing, one notable absence was a representative from Elon Musk's X. However, the companies that did participate received praise from Senator Mark Warner. He commended Meta, Google, and Microsoft for their efforts in addressing foreign election interference, specifically pointing out Meta's recent ban on RT and Sputnik. Russian officials have condemned the decision, with the Kremlin criticizing Meta for allegedly engaging in biased practices and accusing the company of undermining its credibility by restricting Russian media. From disinformation to another major issue tied to big tech, their environmental impact. Their battle to outdo each other comes at a significant cost to the planet. A new report from The Guardian reveals that emissions from data centers are much higher than previously believed. The report suggests that emissions from Google, Microsoft, Meta, and Apple could be up to 662% higher than what's officially reported. Shocking, right? So why the huge gap? Experts point to creative accounting, which allows these companies to offset some of their energy consumption with renewable energy credits. Another factor that's been largely overlooked is the rise of artificial intelligence. Though AI is hailed as a tool to combat climate change, environmentalists are urging us to consider its carbon footprint first. Dominic looks at the impact AI could have on our planet.
Training an AI model can consume a lot of energy, and it all starts with the computers. According to research company Ren, training GPT-3, which powers a language model of ChatGPT, potentially consumed 700,000 liters of water for cooling. In the process of this, water being used to prevent the data center from overheating it mostly evaporated, which means it could not be reused. There is also carbon emissions. According to Goldman Sachs, data center power demand will increase 160% by 2030. That's because AI is far more energy intensive on data centers than typical cloud-based applications. As such, a ChatGPT query will require nearly 10 times as much electricity to process than a Google search. The e-waste produced by AI technology cannot be overlooked. It contains hazardous chemicals, including lead, mercury, and cadmium that can contaminate soil and water supplies, endangering our planet. The World Economic Forum estimates that the total amount of e-waste generated will have surpassed 120 million metric tons by 2050.
AI is driving the need for additional power to meet this demand at an unsustainable rate.
Coal plants have to stay online so that we can have a more reliable grid.
Diesel generators are the backup power for AI applications or any data center application.
More fossil fuel emitting infrastructure that historically and currently impacts low-income communities and people of color.
We're contemplating a tripling of the entire energy infrastructure that we have today. And the effect on the average taxpayer is a doubling of their utility bills.
Now, let's turn to the troubling impact of AI on the fast fashion industry. AI is accelerating the fast fashion boom, with Shein leading the charge. Artificial intelligence has helped Shein become the top polluter in the fast fashion world, nearly doubling its emissions in 2023. This has positioned the company as one of the worst offenders in an already environmentally demanding industry. Last year alone, millions of packages of ultra-cheap clothing were shipped from thousands of suppliers to customers in over 150 countries. Shein, along with other fast fashion brands, is facing mounting pressure to adopt greener practices.
It's just been reported that Shein now produces more pollution than any other large fashion house, and the amount of carbon emissions it produces is staggering. Last year, Shein alone produced 16.7 million tons of carbon dioxide, which is just as large as some countries. And unfortunately, it continues to get worse, with their carbon dioxide production nearly tripling in the last 3 years, as you can see on this chart from the Business of Fashion article.
YouTube has unveiled a new set of AI tools for creators set to roll out in the coming months and into early 2025. The platform announced that AI-generated content will come with labels. CEO Neil Mohan says 92% of creators are already using AI tools. One of the standout features is called Veo, an AI tool that generates 6-second video clips for YouTube Shorts using text prompts powered by Google's DeepMind. YouTube is also launching an AI-generated hub to help creators with video ideas, titles, and thumbnails. Additional AI tools are designed to boost audience engagement with features like auto-dubbing that mimics the creator's tone. YouTube is also introducing a new gifting system for viewers to support creators during live streams, similar to TikTok and Twitch.
Nintendo put this tweet out tonight on their business Twitter, and I thought this was going to be something Switch 2 related, but it turns out, no, they're just suing Palworld. I didn't think they were going to ever do it.
Is a gaming war brewing? Nintendo and the Pokémon Company have filed a patent infringement lawsuit against the game Palworld. Developed by Pocket Pair, Palworld is often called Pokémon with Guns and is seen by many as a parody of the popular franchise, featuring cute, armed monsters. However, it takes a much darker turn. Palworld's creatures can kill, eat each other, and even be sold into slavery. Released in January, the game became an instant hit, selling 15 million copies on the Steam marketplace.
So if y'all remember, a couple months back when Palworld was first getting popular, Nintendo made a comment about the game, basically saying that they were going to check the game out and see if any of their patents were being infringed upon. Now, according to this lawsuit, both Nintendo and the Pokémon Company are seeking some compensation from the developers of Palworld, as if they need it. Now, this is because they have allegedly found that Palworld infringes on multiple patent rights from the companies. Now, this could end up being very, very detrimental for Palworld, as there's been speculation speculation that they were going to announce a PlayStation port of the game very soon. Now, both Sony and Microsoft have invested quite a bit into this game, as they both apparently see the game as a legitimate competitor to Pokemon. So if Nintendo is successful with this lawsuit, Palworld might be cooked. It might be completely over for this game.
Beauty trends can often leave us feeling insecure with their unrealistic standards. But there's a refreshing TikTok trend that's empowering everyone to embrace their natural selves. It's called the Beetlejuice lip. With the Beetlejuice sequel making waves at the box office, this trend is all about celebrating natural lips, highlighted with bold-colored lipsticks, embracing imperfections rather than hiding them.
Having the time of my life watching all of these beauty influencers not be able to do the Beetlejuice lips, especially Jeffree Star being like, have we been duped? No, Pookie, your lips aren't real. Like, there's nothing wrong with getting fillers. Like, obviously do whatever you want, but there's something kind of beautiful about there being a beauty trend that's only for people who don't have fillers, because maybe this can like bump some smaller creators who haven't had work done. And maybe this lays the groundwork for us to do more beauty trends that utilize the totally natural creases and lines of our faces. I know, crazy.
Interesting, and one that's definitely not for the faint-hearted. What happened to the time when women had simple, low-maintenance morning routines? Just a quick face wash, brushing their teeth, applying moisturizer, and of course SPF. But now, a new trend is emerging called the morning shed. Don't worry, it's just a figure of speech. The shed refers to the removal of skin, hair, and self-care products that content creators applied the night before. Bear in mind, it requires a lengthy nighttime routine to make the morning shed possible. And that's our show. Find our latest stuff on YouTube and do subscribe to our channel. See you soon.